I manage the Sunray Library. And first of all, I'd like to welcome you here and thank you all for being here on this kind of rainy day. I'm really excited about the rain because it means that I don't have to drag the hose out and water our new pollinator garden today. That's a task for tomorrow. So I'll start out by thanking a wide range of people and organizations that have really come together as a team to make this project happen. First of all, the Children in Nature Network have been wonderful to work with. We're really excited to kick off the events that we're planning together. And Wells Fargo, particularly the green team, who had perfect weather yesterday for the 3 tree season. And all of the sod that they dug up, which I was also really happy to not have to do. And then I'd like to thank Councilmember Finney for being here. I'd like to thank our city partners at Parks and Rec for supporting the project in a really vast number of ways, from shovels to trees to know-how to all kinds of things. I'd also like to thank the University of St. Thomas, who's partnered with us for pollinator garden design and some of the legwork to make it happen. So with that, once again, welcome, thank you, and I'm going to turn it over to Mohammed Lawal.
Good morning. My name is Mohammed Lawal. I am the CEO and principal architect for Lawal Scott Erickson Architects, and we were the designers for the newly renovated Sunray Library, which opened in November of 2014. I am also a board member for the Children in Nature Network. All I'm going to talk about a little bit is the library and our vision. We're very fortunate to have worked with St. Paul Public Libraries, the City of St. Paul, the neighborhood, and all the partners on the remodeled Sunray Library. A lot of things when we got to this building, 1973 library, not a lot of windows, not a lot of views out to the south here or the north. And a few things that we really wanted to do is try to connect the library to nature. You can see the children's area with all the nature theme, Amanda Lovely's artwork out in the children's garden where the library connects inside and outside. Most importantly, connecting it, bringing in southern daylighting into the library, northern daylighting, energy efficiency, and making the library a true community center. One of the most exciting pieces of the library for me was having all the community workshops where we got to work with the kids and neighbors in terms of trying to understand. Hey, I'll try to project. And but thank you very much. Thank you to Wells Fargo and everyone else, but it's been a wonderful project for us.
Hi, my name is Kristen Beckman. I'm the Deputy Mayor in the City of St. Paul, and I have had this job for about a year, and a lot of people ask me, what does a Deputy Mayor do? Well, what the Deputy Mayor does is when the Mayor has an enthusiasm for something and a passion for something, like creating a community of learning where kids and families and parents and adults can learn 24/7. And when he says connect that community of learning to nature and make sure that kids get outside and pull in our great parks department and our great library and all of our corporate partners and our nonprofit partners, and he lays out that vision, I put it on a Post-it note, tack it to my wall, and then go try to get it done. So fortunately for me, there are leaders like Kit Hadley and Kathy Corman, Kit from our libraries and Kathy from our parks department, who work together so well, our parks and our libraries, in coordinating to make such beautiful buildings that are full of such wonderful program. And fortunately for us also, our nonprofits like the Children's in Nature Network, who can bring all of these pieces together and help us. And fortunately for us, our corporate citizens like Wells Fargo and all the Wells Fargo employees and supporters who have managed to help with the financing part of all of the energy and all of the volunteer work that pulls all these things together. So know that Mayor Corman is disappointed not to be here with you. This is sort of a capstone for him in this idea of the work with the National League of Cities and trying to take this vision of parks and libraries and nature and corporate and nonprofit, all of us working together, taking this across the country as in his role as in the National League of Cities. And I think we've really started something here in St. Paul that is going to be a model for the country. And so I really appreciate all of your individual energy, and thank you for what you do to make all this come together. And thanks for being here today to celebrate this milestone.
Thank you. My first thank you goes to Mo and the organization for the amazing work they do to put this together. On behalf of Wells Fargo, I am Sean Aiz. I'm the area president for Twin Cities East. That's Minneapolis and St. Paul and East Metro. The biggest thank you I want to share today goes to the Green Team. When people think of Wells Fargo, they think it's a financial organization. Yes, it is. But beyond that, it's what our team members do. We don't call them employees, we call them team members. Why? Because we're a family. So yesterday, I want to say thank you to what the Green Team did to volunteer and participate in creating an environment that's better for the future. So on behalf of Wells Fargo today, we want to thank you for being here, and we want to thank you for what you started in the community. In Wells Fargo, we believe the health of our community is the health of our organization. The better our community does, the better we'll do as an organization. So thank you for being here, and we're excited today to present the check for $98,405.
Well, thank you, Sean, very much, in Wells Fargo. It truly was amazing yesterday to see what the Green Team did, and just getting the trees and the pollinator garden and a place for children from the library to connect to the park. And that was really, when this project first started, I called Mohammed and said, there's this great opportunity that Wells Fargo is offering for an urban greening project. Do you have anything in mind? And he said, I've got the perfect project, the Sunray Library, because we already are creating this great connection to the outdoors, but there's a need to create more connection from the library into the park. And so this urban greening is allowing us to do that, and then the activities that we're creating. So you're looking here at these backpacks, and so you'll now be able to check backpacks out of the library that get you out into the park doing different activities like learning about reptiles and amphibians and other things. We're putting things on the computers, and hopefully today you'll get a chance to sample some of the fun things that will continue to be available here at Sunray Library to connect kids to nature and to literacy. So, what could be better? It's just wonderful. I want to very quickly read a statement, or just a sentence. Senator Amy Klobuchar was not able to be here today, but she's really excited about this project, and she sent a letter, and this is what she says. I'm excited for the opening of the Natural Library at the Sunray Library in St. Paul, which will provide children and their families with the resources necessary to connect with the environment. It will also allow children to combine two things that are crucially important for their development: reading and spending time outside. So very well put by Senator Amy Klobuchar. So projects like this don't happen without partnerships. We all know that. So Wells Fargo has been an amazing partner. The Children in Nature Network team has been incredible. Could you just raise your hand if you're part of the Children in Nature Network team? Linda, Janice, Margaret. Introduce yourself to these great people. And then, of course, we couldn't have done this without our great partners at the library and with Park and Rec. And I just want to take a moment here to introduce Kit Hadley, who will speak for a moment, and Kathy Corman, who will also talk on behalf of Parks and Rec. So thank you so much.
So we're just thrilled to be the demonstration site for the Natural Library Initiative. You can tell this came about because of the serendipity of our brilliant architect, Mohammed Lawal, being on the board of the Children in Nature Network. He's talked to you about the fact that from the very first moments of designing and thinking about this library renovation, the goal of connecting to nature was a huge part of it. It helped inspire that lovely public art piece called House Trees by Amanda Lovely. It inspired the fact that when we opened, you could hear the sound of hammering of bird feeders throughout the day, and it's really informed programming and collection here at the library. This is a movement that the National League of Cities and Children in Nature Network are really going to be moving forward, and we're happy to be in the forefront of it, which is that urban libraries need to be agents of helping the public experience nature in addition to learning about it from reading and other types of activities. So I do have to call out, we have an amazing staff at the Sunray Library. I just want to call out two people whose talent and creativity has been amazing. You heard from Rebecca Ryan, who manages the Sunray Library. But the other person I want to acknowledge is Margot Bach, who's the children's specialist here at Sunray Library. So thanks to them. The library really believes that we need to do our work as part of community networks. And we're a part of a lot of wonderful community networks with tremendous partners in a whole variety of areas. But our most important partner is our Parks Department. So let me recognize Kathy Corman, bring her up, Deputy Director of Parks and Rec.
Thanks, Kit. I'm delighted to be here. I think if I've been paying attention to what's going on in the world of Parks and Recreation, I think today is National Get Outdoors Day. So it's the perfect day to dedicate this space and to recognize this model as a program partnership. I actually wish we didn't have to have National Get Outdoors Day, because I think we ought to find some time to be outdoors every day, even on days like today. And I'm delighted to see so many young people. You're kind of in the back there, but it's no secret that young people spend these days about 90% of their time indoors, and it's at a time when environmental stewardship is more important than ever. So it's really fun to be a part of this project. I would like our young people, I really don't want to read a book about the last child in the woods or the only child in the woods or the child who never got to go to the woods, because we're going to need you to become DNR specialists and environmental technicians and U.S. foresters, and we might like to have you work for the St. Paul Parks and Recreation Department at some point. So I too am thrilled to be a partner in this work with libraries. This particular model will put them in the national spotlight again, which isn't a new place for them. Our St. Paul Public Library system stands out amongst their colleagues nationally, particularly around youth programming, and this will be another example of that. And we are so proud to be a partner with them in a lot of that work. I'm going to call out our Park and Recreation staff that's been a part of this project, our environmental services and our forestry group, Kathleen Engel from Design and Faith Krogstead for sure. And if any of you are disappointed about the rain today, actually yesterday was perfect for all the planting, and today is also perfect for all the plantings. So we'll let it rain for a while and hope for sunnier days tomorrow. But our Parks and Recreation Department is committed to service in these neighborhoods. We can't do it alone either. We have a great partner in the library. We have a great partner in the Sana Foundation over at the Rec Center, the Children and Nature Network, and so many others. So we're thrilled to be a part of this event today, and thank you all for being here.